All right, in 5, 4, 3.
Cheap Flights
and Cornbread.
How's it going, everyone? This is Frank Cavone.
How's it going, everyone? I'm Frank Cavone, and I'm here with Brett Porter for episode 18 of the Cheap Flights and Cornbread podcast. Thank you all for tuning in again each and every single week. We have a lot to talk to you about. We have some stuff in the entertainment world that we're going to be talking about. Now, Brett, how was your week, man?
Would you believe that it was like one of the most normal weeks I've had?
Yeah, I mean, that is kind of surprising. Speaking, it was Memorial Day weekend. You're in the North Country, and you work at a bar full of savages.
Dude, everyone was on good behavior. We had just a very well-behaved group of people. Everyone played their part in a good way. No one caused any problems. It was really dead. There was apparently, we already compete with Lake George during the summer, but there was a fucking music festival in town.
There was some music festival with a bunch of hooligans.
So thank you for the $65 I made the other day.
My condolences.
It was alright though. It's nice to when you go in with this expectation that you're just going into a world of shit more days than not. It's nice to just sit down and have nothing. And it's a nice feeling.
Yeah.
But how about you, man? I mean, it's probably quite the opposite.
Yeah, I mean the exact opposite. Honestly, like you're not like at the end of the other spectrum. You're steady. It was a little steady.
Steady, yes.
And for myself, before getting into the whole shenanigans up in Lake George, I had a couple other projects that I was working on that I don't get to talk about. Number one,
Let's hear 'em.
Currently have been working with the County of Rensselaer to help boost tourism in Rensselaer County. And why did they need my help? Well, I'm going to be helping them with their video services, and it's been great, actually. We've been doing some stuff. They're really trying to kind of capture everything going on right now in Troy. Right now they have, I don't know if you know the show, The Gilded Age. It's an HBO show. It's a huge success. I think it's like one of their top 5 shows, I want to say. But they do some of the filming in Troy. And it's all historical. It's like a show based on like the 1800s. Thomas Edison's in it. He's not actually in it.
I was saying, how did they cast him? Dude, he's got to be hard to hit up these days.
Modern science. I mean, he figured out the light bulb. Somebody else figured out how to bring this.
Figured out how to pay for stuff with facial recognition.
Yeah, exactly. Which we'll get to. But that's been awesome, man. It's been more of like where I've had to flex a little more of my creative skills, but also my professionalism too, because working with a lot of big people in that county, like the county executive. And just learn how that government works compared to how other governments work. It's been a hell of a time. Shout out to Vito, who also is a disc jockey on Radio X. He was the one who kind of connected me with everybody, and we finally got that thing going. So looking forward to seeing where that goes. We're going to have some content dropping on that if you're into shit like that. Warning Company. I've never been to the Park Theater. It is beautiful. In Glens Falls.
Really?
Yeah, it is beautiful. I'm not even kidding you. Like, I think it is a good place to go, listen, enjoy like a glass of wine and watch a show. Sit in a nice, comfortable seat. But it is very, I guess, state of the art when it comes to live musical stuff. So that, it was a cool experience seeing that for the first time. Yeah, it was cool seeing it for the first time. And, I just was blown away by Warden Company. I first met the guy, Seth Warden, while doing a benefit live stream over COVID, and he put out a whole new album. So I went, did his video for the night, and that was cool. So I had already a lot of stuff going on leading up to what was Memorial Meltdown, which I didn't have a meltdown on Memorial Day.
You didn't?
God,
you kept your shit together?
I kept my shit together. And before we get there, one thing one guy commented on about the podcast that was at the festival was that I used the F word a lot on the show.
I saw the post. I keep forgetting that unless I go out of my way to separate my profiles, for some reason I'm an admin on the Mirth Films page. I don't know how I swung that, but I was gonna make some snarky comment and I didn't. And I was gonna, instead of saying the actual F-bomb, I was gonna replace it with F-bomb. Never got around to it. Didn't want to put in the effort.
It made me think though. Like he said it to me, I was like, "Do you not like it?" And he was like, "Nice." He was like, he said he thought it was funny.
I feel like I swear way more than you.
You definitely do.
Yeah.
We definitely are loose cannons though. On this show, definitely don't.
Yeah, but how did you get the brunt of the blame for that?
I don't know. Maybe because the guy knew me from like beforehand. But he's like, "Yeah, you guys just dropped the F-bomb a lot."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Yeah, we do," because we're not really. What's the word? I guess
sponsored.
I guess what I'm trying to say, we're not sponsored yet. Yeah, we haven't earned our sponsorship in podcasting thus far. We're trying to. Come on, Bush.
Come on, Bush. Come on, Truly.
Truly, literally anybody who wants to help out the cause. But yeah, no, I was like, well, at least somebody watches it. And then another thing I will have to say, just before I get into what was awesome about the festival. One thing that I really have a hard time with, especially if I'm in the zone and I'm shooting, I'm working a festival, I'm very like one-track minded, and I tend to I don't know, I feel obligated to have a full conversation with everybody that I see, and it's so great to see so many different people, but to get work done too, it can be tough sometimes. So where before I would instead favor the conversation and just go full in depth, and just talk to somebody. I'll do that still, but I think what my thing is going to be, which I started saying, was somebody asked me, "Oh, how's the festival going? How are you doing?"
Good.
Just raising hell.
Really?
Yeah.
That's gonna be your new tagline.
That's gonna be it. We're raising hell.
We're hitting up
walking
John
around,
Hughes.
which we can't wait for this video to drop. And if whenever you're listening to this, we're basically doing interviews again with Derek Gordon-Borst, and it was just fun to just interview and have fun with the people. So that's what, with us having walking around, that was the easiest way to I don't know, approach somebody, joking around, hey, yeah, no, we're just raising hell trying to talk shit. That's really it.
I love it.
So
I love it.
And shout out to Derek, because he brings out the life in people. The festival was awesome. 2 days, Twiddle, Roots of Creation, Lucid, Baked Shrimp, Marble Eyes.
Whiskey Dicks.
Whiskey Dicks.
Yes.
Whiskey Dicks was probably one of the best out of all of them. They opened up, they kicked off day one. Sound guy of Twiddle and Mike Gordon Band, for all your Fish fans out there, he was the lead guitarist for that. Joe Cerati, he also sat in. Ryan Dempsey from Twiddle, super cool. But I could get all into the nitty-gritty of the music, but to me, the best thing about this festival was definitely the atmosphere. The atmosphere was got to be one of the best experiences I've had on those grounds with a Dave festival in a long time. When I say Dave Eamon, who puts on all these awesome festivals, Adirondack Independence Music Festival, Memorial Meltdown, LGD 50 concert series. This was hands down one of the best atmospheres. Everybody was in the mood. Everybody was having a good time. There was no fights. The music was on point, and I don't know. I wish I was still there. If I could go back in time and just
not drop your phone
and
on
not
the
drop your
fucking
phone,
ground.
and just hit repeat and repeat and repeat. Yeah, I could go for that for 5 days.
5 days?
Well, 5 rotations.
So a 10-day investment.
Yeah.
A week and a half.
At Memorial Meltdown.
How many rotations in do you think it would take for you to memorize the entire lineup, song by song, start to finish?
I'd never be able to, because they're jam bands. I don't mean to be a dick, but
even in a fucking Groundhog Day scenario.
In a Groundhog Day, probably I'm not going to be listening to other music, so yeah, probably I don't know, maybe 15 rotations, like song for song, unless I record the shows and watch them back while I'm not at the show, which I could do during one of the rotations.
Take that time to rest up a little bit.
Just a little bit, and still get down.
Oh yeah,
You know.
always get down.
What's also shout out to Roots of Creation. I did not know what to expect of those guys. I am not the biggest fan of. I like reggae music, but like Slightly Stupid. I'm trying to think of some other bands like that. Well, Roots of Creation, just that reggae, new age. I don't even want to say it, but I don't know. I was blown away. I thought it was really good, just dancing music. Everybody was grooving. I mean, watching back all the footage, there was literally so much smoke just coming out from the crowd. It was like a chimney in front of the stage. It was nuts. And I don't know, just that essence of what a music festival should be happened. So congrats and happy birthday, Dave Eamon, for making it fucking awesome. Literally one of the best. We got the lineup for 80K Music Festival. We're not telling you, but it is coming out soon. Stay tuned and make sure to get your tickets, get your hotel rooms. It's Lake George, Labor Day weekend. You're competing with other tourism in that area, so it's going to be tight on what's available. Like, it really is. It. How would you describe our area during holiday weekends?
Well, I mean, Lake George is a weird place in a sense that there's this just collective agreement that everyone is hustling from Memorial Day to Columbus Day. And every year it seems like that season is starting earlier and ending later. So everyone is going in with that mindset. They got 8 weeks to make their million, or however many weeks that is. I'm not a fucking calendar guy. So you have all these people hustling, and now you also have this influx of people. You have the influx of French Canadians coming from Montreal who are too poor to go to New York City, so they pick Lake George instead. And you have to fight with them over hotel rooms. And although you can beat them in a fist fight, they probably have more money than you. So it's something you have to, there's certain things you have to have personal reservations about, so you can make your literal reservations ahead of time. And
right.
to those of you who have any interest in participating in any of these awesome ass festivals coming up, make these calls now. Do your research now. There's probably Airbnbs that will cost an arm and a leg, but you gather 25.
And it'll be a better experience.
Yeah, you gather 25 of your closest friends, and when the drugs wear off from the music festival, you can chill on the lake, and you can howl at the fucking moon for all you want.
And that's the thing. Like, I have this drone shot that I'm gonna eventually get out there, but it just really shows the location of the festival and where the lake is and everything. And to me, what better package is that? Like, I was thinking about it. I've been at the Gorge, one of the most beautiful music venues other than Red Rocks here in the United States. And I've never thought about it, Lake George, in the way I did the Gorge, because I grew up in Lake George. And like, when you look down the music festival, if you're at the top of that hill, you literally look down 32 miles of lake. It's awesome, especially on a good weather, like beautiful weather this past weekend also helped. Not a fucking drop of rain. It was awesome. Also, you're competing with New Jersey folks. I don't mean to. I mean, there's people from the city definitely come up to Lake George.
Yeah, those that are too poor to go to Montreal.
And it is annoying for a lot of people who are residents of these areas. But on the flip side, that's where all the money's made, is during those summer time. I wouldn't say necessarily Glens Falls. It kind of operates on its own.
There's a ripple.
There's definitely a little ripple. I mean, I'm sure like Queensberry Hotel, Mikado, all those like places you can go to that aren't in Lake George that are available 10 minutes away. People are going to.
Oh yeah.
But it's that in town. Like, I remember one 4th of July, I somehow got it off. I couldn't go to Fish, which was kind of lame that day, so that sucked. But it was I was working at the Barnsider at this point. Got out early, and then I was like living at Doug's at this point. And once the 4th of July fireworks went off, dude, everybody, tries to rush out. There was a line literally in the back streets, like top of the back streets. Like, car moved like 15 feet in 1 hour. It was crazy. It's nuts. It's not the infrastructure. It's just not built for that many people to be there vehicularly, you know?
But it still
Like,
works.
It still works.
Don't ask me how.
They get
but-
their money.
Yeah. I've actually...
Meter fairs.
Can you believe I've never actually been on Lake George for a 4th of July fireworks show?
Like on it.
Yeah, or even in the
Really?
fucking town.
What about Bolton?
No, but I mean, I live in Fort Ann.
Yeah.
You know, we have a small lake with retirees with fucking like class 3 firework licenses who drop thousands of dollars to just illuminate this 1 mile lake.
Hey.
Let alone a
Yeah.
fucking 35 mile lake?
32.
32. You could fit 32 lake hadlocks in Lake George.
Jesus Christ.
And if that doesn't, and like that feels like a long drive, like just to
Honestly,
take a loop around Lake Hadlock. It feels like, all right, how fucking could you imagine trying to take a whole loop around the entirety of Lake George?
Well, see, this is funny that you bring this up, and this is I'm happy I'm happy we're talking about this because I did take my like driver's test up in Ticonderoga. So like my first time going up there, like yeah, it did feel like a long time. I mean, 32 miles on Route 9, which is a two-way road in and out, and all of the highways are actually kind of far from each exit. At least I think so. You know, it's not that accessible. So going up, you know, you're talking about like an hour. But coming back on the east side, I've always wondered how the hell do you even connect? Because you hit Buttermilk Falls, and I know you can like take that left after Cumberland Farms to keep going up like along the lake, right? Or no? In Fort Ann? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
See, I didn't know that. So okay, here's a question for you. Can
Let's
you?
hear it.
I'm actually curious now.
Looking forward to it.
This is the best fucking episode yet. So, can you get from Fort Ann area to Ticonderoga without being on the west side of the lake?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. So
So you could.
I will amend the GPS guide you gave our listener. So as you take Route 149, say you're leaving from, I don't know, Lake George. We'll say the fucking outlets because everyone loves a good deal. But you're taking 149 toward Fort Ann. You're going to end up in the village of Fort Ann at the intersection of Route 149 and Route 4. And you are going to bang that left, and you're going to eventually you're going to head into Whitehall. And then from there, you're going to keep fucking going.
Just keep going straight.
You're going to keep fucking going. And when you think you're getting a little too far, you keep fucking going. And eventually you end up in Ticonderoga.
No way. So
Yeah.
you could technically drive all the way around.
If you really wanted to, yeah.
I mean, it's a far. I know.
Can we do that?
I would love to do that.
Can we? Yeah. Can we actually do that?
I used to think like, wow, like, all right. So if this only goes as far as Buttermilk Falls, because at this time in my life, that's the farthest I've ever been on the east side of Lake George. I'm like, wow, you must have to like walk it. Like if you really wanted to get to the other side.
You just have to aspire.
Just walk alongside the lake, but sounds like there's easier ways.
Yeah, we'll do that. Maybe what we could do, we'll pick a day where you're not drowning in work if that ever happens, and a day where I'm not painfully hungover from work, and we'll take a day trip and we'll start. I don't know, dude. So, Fort Ann going in leads to going back towards civilization leads to the East Shore. Am I correct?
Right.
So
we're talking like
I guess
Dunham's Bay.
Yeah, I guess it doesn't matter where we start as long as we get back there eventually.
Maybe
so
we should start in the village.
Yeah, that'd probably be the smartest.
Yeah.
But yeah, it would work. It would work pretty.
How about instead of doing a Mirth Marathon again, what if we walked
a road trip?
Walked the perimeter.
We walked the entirety of Lake George.
64 miles.
So I'm not a scientist here, Frankie. The Mirth Marathon was only 24 hours.
I mean, mile a minute.
If we were to go, if we went
If
a
we were in
mile
a
an
car.
hour, it would be a day and a half. If we went 2 miles an hour, it would be, 2.5 days, excuse me. So if we went 2 miles an hour, it would be a day and a quarter. If we stayed at a consistent 3 miles an hour, which is like probably the average walking pace.
Without taking a break.
Without taking a single fucking break. Without stopping for food, cigarettes, bush. It would take us 21 hours.
It's doable.
21 hours.
We'll just have to do a couple sprints in between
Just to make up for lost time.
Why not?
Yeah, but then what's going to happen after we're done with our sprints when we're really just fucking dogging it and we're not keeping up that steady 3 miles an hour?
I'm sure we'll figure it out.
You know, there are people who train like year round just for the Boston Marathon, and that's only 26.1. 2.2.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying it's not.
Yes. Yeah.
It's not impossible. I just feel like there's a better chance that one of us is gonna die along the way. Probably by some dumb shit. Like a bear is gonna be just standing in the middle of the road.
Bear or
3 deer are gonna try and cross the road, and
too
a
much
tractor
coffee.
trailer. Tractor trailer's gonna hit a deer. The deer's gonna hit us. Deer's gonna freak out. People don't win fights with deer.
Nah. Not one bit.
So, road trip, yeah. Foot trip, let's
See it for a rainy day.
let's actually fuck it. Let's cut the podcast now. And let's go for a walk.
All right.
Let's start it from here, actually.
Honestly, yeah. This will be like, okay, if we can walk from here to Lake George, New York, which Albany to Lake George, not far.
It's not fun.
It's not fun, is what I meant to say. Yeah, we're talking like that's a good like idea of could we do it?
Yeah. I don't see it.
Yeah, I don't see it either.
No, we'd maybe if we
What if we took a boat
from one side to the other,
just around the perimeter,
like
all the way around?
little rowboat,
Yeah,
canoe.
or pay somebody, powerboat.
I mean, yeah, that would probably be,
That'd be fun too.
dude. That would be an all-day affair. Well,
That would be.
I'm not opposed, but it would definitely be a very long time. But it's all right. I mean, we're talking about the traversing the entirety of Lake George, like the lake itself. But what people might not know is that Lake George lost one of its longest standing businesses, and an empire died completely and totally. We're talking about fucking HoJo's. Howard Johnson.
HoJo's. So fill us in here.
I don't know shit about this place. I just know they went out of business.
So the only thing I know about HoJo's is obviously it was a chain at one point. They had everything from hotels, restaurants. You know, I think I stayed in, when I went to Miami with my dad, we stayed in the Howard Johnson's. This was, I want to say 2009. But for the longest time, Howard Johnson's in Lake George was the last remaining Howard Johnson's in the United States. And it was famous enough to be on a Vice documentary, and it has a lot of history. The company had a lot of history throughout time in the United States. I mean, they had branches literally everywhere.
Now,
and for the
what was
past
it?
10 or 11 years, Lake George has had the last one.
Yeah.
So they had breakfast.
That was their thing. So
Breakfast in hotels.
sometimes both.
Yeah, sometimes both. Yeah, and honestly, I never went there. And not to hate on the place, but the place didn't look like a
Like
somewhere
it was
you'd want to go
open.
to eat. Yeah, it never looked like it was open. Didn't look like they renovated. You know, they have no corporate money. You know, they're in an independent business. Like, they're running on fumes pretty much. And I mean, just like that last Blockbuster, which I mean, honestly, Howard Johnson should have one too. You know,
They
one
did.
of those documentaries.
Oh,
Like a
at
full
least-
length.
Well, isn't the last Blockbuster still in business?
I'm pretty sure it is. Or I believe, you know, you're somebody's Six Man. Go check that out. I'm not sure. But I'm pretty sure that it is out of business as of recently.
Could very well have been a COVID casualty.
Yeah.
Could you imagine being an adult and at some point saying, you know what I'm going to do? The year is, I don't know, we'll say 2017. I need to make an investment I need to get a good ROI on all this. I want a solid return. Honey, let's buy a Blockbuster. Sure thing. I see no problems with any of this. And imagine then COVID happens just 3 short years later, and the first round of the Paycheck Protection Program loans come out, and you try to apply for one. If my tax dollars went to fucking save that, I'm going to be a little upset.
Yeah.
And they probably didn't. I would imagine the federal government saw the writing on the wall eventually.
You're like, oh, okay, people don't need DVDs anymore.
Yeah, it's like, oh, wait a minute. So now, not only are there travel restrictions, people are just trying to mitigate leaving the house as much as possible. Therefore, it's almost like a competitive service like streaming could cut into that.
You know, and imagine if they ever went into that. Only if they did.
You know?
Suckers.
In an alternate reality, I'd like to think that they're still up and running. And also that they're not the only Blockbuster.
People always talk about Blockbuster like it's Jesus on water, but I always liked Hollywood Video. Dude, especially in
Hollywood
Queensbury
Video,
because it had a Game Crazy.
Fucking Game Crazy.
Dude, I love that. I used to think, like, I don't think we even really had a Blockbuster up in the north. Not that I could remember at least.
Dude, no. Six Man, look that up too.
Yeah, look that up, man. Yeah, so I don't know. I just I had great experiences going in there. First time I ever saw a Nintendo DS was in Game Crazy. This is so off topic, but I fell in love with it. This game, Metroid Prime Hunters, you could play with the stylus.
Oh, great fucking game.
Fucking revolutionary at the time. Touchscreen, 2 screens, like after the Game Boy Advance, like yeah, come on. I have a whole nother story I could say for our Christmas episode, but I ended up getting one. But Game Crazy was just like, oh, okay, there's other game stores other than GameStop I can go to, or Electronics Boutique at the time of whatever.
Electronics Boutique.
That's what it was called, EB Games. Or
that's what EB stands for,
yeah, Electronics Boutique.
Games.
First time I ever went to an Electronics Boutique was in Houston, Texas, actually. Hell of a story. I wish I was kidding, but it's the truth, and I know the game. It was like, it was WWE No Mercy.
Yeah.
It was a Nintendo 64 game. It is actually ranked at one of the best wrestling games of all time.
Better than WCW Nitro?
I'm pretty sure it's the same developers, same engine, so it plays the same. Because that, sorry for all you non-nerds out there, but so that WrestleMania 2000, No Mercy, Nitro, they were all made by this developer called THQ, and they all played the same, just the cosmetics, the look.
The rosters.
The rosters were changed.
Who was your go-to person to play as?
Always Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Really?
Always.
The last time I played, I think the last N64 wrestling game I played was WCW Nitro. And if I remember correctly, I played as Scotty 2 Hotty.
No way. I can already see the hat with the hair.
Oh, yeah. You know, he was like, I don't know if he still is, but part of the reason he got that like gimmick name was because he was a firefighter when he wasn't wrestling.
Well, he's a fucking hell of a guy then.
Dude, yeah. Imagine... Hey, listen, we got to cut this match early. I'm going to do the worm on you now. There's a fire 3 blocks down.
Right. Or even just being saved by Scotty.
Yeah. The last thing you see is him doing the worm to save you. Like, just slowly worms up to you, grabs you, runs away.
The body oil just burning off his chest.
Oh, yeah. And you see Rikishi driving the fire truck.
Oh my god. They're like, no.
And they're all wearing sunglasses when it's midnight.
Jesus Christ.
Dude,
yeah, right.
one of the most, I don't know if they were ever a true tag team or if they had matches together, but Rikishi
They were.
and fucking Scotty 2 Hotty, man. They were just one of the best like goofball swagger gimmicks.
Fun.
Like
Straight fun.
super fun.
Yeah.
I would be hard pressed to find another gimmick in the WWE WWF that was as fun and as like just so not serious as Scotty 2 Hotty and fucking Rikishi.
Yeah. No, honestly, everybody else had their like gimmick. I mean, they had their gimmick, but they were like carefree about it in a sense where they could just like, yeah, take more chances than your normal like Edge or Christian who are like in the center of the eye all the time.
Oh yeah.
You know? Which I never was an Edge or Christian fan. I personally like the Dudley Bros.
Solid.
And Hardy Boys. Both.
Two of the greatest tag teams to have ever existed.
Yeah.
Edge and Christian were great. I'm not a big Christian fan, but I was always a big Edge fan. Especially once they left. What was that tag team? With them and fucking Gangrel?
Oh my god.
The Brood.
Yeah.
The Brood.
The Brood,
When
yeah.
Edge left the Brood, I thought, well, for one, it was probably the best career decision
Yeah.
that the WWE writers had. Because then he just became like this, he became a loose cannon. He turned into this unapologetic, just crazy motherfucker. And Lita was probably my first ever, like, well, probably my only, like, WWE crush ever.
Okay, not Stacy
Keibler, who had the longest legs of any female superstar ever.
Pretty much any human being.
42-inch legs.
Imagine having like half a torso in that one.
Yeah. Imagine getting big booted by Stacy Keibler.
Patoon. Yeah, that would hurt.
Dude. This is what happens when we don't have a fucking
yeah,
guest.
literally.
So can we say we're gonna call out one person for this? Mirth Minute superfan Davey.
It's on the shit list.
I'm
just kidding. I love you, man.
Yeah, well, we do love you, Dave. We told him that he was going to be on this episode, and his exact words via messenger were, "The fuck I am." So then I kind of kept just nudging him about it, and he said, "Brett, I'm the most uninteresting person I know." It's like, stop that.
See, that's where I was like, you know what?
Even if he is, who cares?
Well, that and like when I saw him at Mo in Albany, we were just like talking like awesome, had an awesome conversation about the music and like I was like, damn, this guy would be fucking perfect because like I only knew him as a guy as your friend who I give fucking high fives to at every concert I go to. But then I like had like an actual conversation with him and like super nice, like one of the nicest guys. And just cares about the music, which is what we care about, the music, and the Pittsburgh Steelers.
And Johnny Depp.
And whenever you're listening to this, as of today,
like maybe
June
hours
1st,
ago.
June 1st.
Yeah.
Johnny Depp won his civil case, right?
Yeah. So, I mean, of course, we're going to bank partially on the fact that we're not news people. Especially celebrity tabloids, but so Johnny Depp and Amber Heard both won separate cases. The Johnny Depp ended up netting, I think, like $8.5 million, all things considered. But I don't know. I guess it creates a lot of questions. Like, is that a win? I mean, financially it is, but Amber Heard also won a particular case. I believe it was a countersuit for $2 million. So yeah, it was $10 million plus like $350,000, which is I think is the cap for certain civil offenses. So Johnny Depp would have made a cool $10,350,000, and then Amber Heard had won a $2 million thing. Which, I mean, hey, it's pretty short of like the $50 million Depp was asking for, or something crazy.
Yeah, and
Ratings hard.
I have opened up a just an article about this, and this is CNN, so take it for a grain of salt. Basically, she was awarded $2 million for compensatory damages and no money for punitive damages.
Can we get someone in the chat to look up what those mean?
Yeah.
The compensatory I get. What does punitive mean? I'm not really smart.
I mean, I'm gonna put it this way. I at the beginning of all of this, when this first started happening, I was like, wow, this is really screwed up. How, I mean, let me put it this way. The Me Too movement is so important, 100% important, because I've experienced people in my life who I've known and considered people I really care about end up being complete scumbags. And I've had to cancel them out of my life because, I think that women should not be treated certain ways. And I think there are unfair things statistically that, get awarded to men rather than women. And some of that is, wages, etc. On the flip side, where's the line of what's good and what's bad and what's forgivable and what's not forgivable? And in a situation like this was in the prime of the Me Too movement. Things were not looking great for Johnny Depp. And so after watching that go down and then seeing this happen, and like some proof coming out that, okay, wow, this damaged this guy's career. I'm not gonna say Johnny Depp is no fucking angel. Let's just be honest here. He's a savage. He's a savage, and he's got some real crazy issues. But we all have issues, and I mean, something that somebody said that he didn't do lost everything for him. I mean, it's his own fault for the way he spends his own money. But I mean, Disney, having a relationship with Disney is fucking huge, and he'll never get that back. And I'd be pissed. I'd be so mad. The one thing I will say, Amber Heard, she's got her own crazy problems herself, and like, it was kind of nasty to see the public showing of your life, and seeing this woman get stripped down to nothing at the same time was kind of bad. Like it's kind of sad that that's where our media lies, especially when it comes to having, we have this huge thing going on in Ukraine, right? And then something like this comes and, just fucking throws off all the media.
What
waves.
a fucking tie-in, buddy.
I'm sorry, but it's just crazy how media changes and how.
Oh, of course.
I'm not gonna get into it. I get so much more deeper into this.
Dude, we're going down the fucking rabbit hole. Everyone, just sit tight.
Grab your tinfoil.
Well,
but that's it. I just like, how is our minds more attracted to this fucking thing that's entertainment to a T, and that's overpowering what other serious issues are actually going on. These two humans, 6 billion. We have 6 billion fucking humans in the world.
Something like that.
More. This is like a statistic I'm going based off when I was in high school. That's my opinion on it. I think it's just really sad that, I don't know. That's why I try not to read into things too much. Don't read that. I do. I'm not a headline reader. I do read to have my own knowledge. But long story short, Johnny Depp, good for you. Amber Heard, that sucks. You have to go through all that shit. And media, go fuck yourself. Seriously,
yeah. Well,
that's it.
I think my biggest take on all this, I mean, dude, we both went to school for fucking media production, but I went to school to be a journalist. And as a journalist, your job is to inform. And that is Like, it's the ABCs of journalism are accuracy, brevity, and clarity. Like, you want to explain as much as you can in as few words as possible. Which, that is any person who calls himself a journalist. It doesn't matter if you're a writer for your own goddamn fish blog, you're a reporter for the Post-Star who talks shit about Fordan. If you have a news show for Mirth Films, it doesn't matter. Your job is to keep people informed. But unfortunately, for these media conglomerates, the job isn't really put around information. It's around the bottom line.
Yeah.
And that's something a lot of people don't understand. Whether it's television, radio, any outlet in general, the goal is capital. So it's this tough, like, weird. It's a weird balancing act.
And this is and I just want to say, I don't know. Like, I agree with you. It definitely is a weird balancing act, but I think it's a weird balancing act because for someone like me and you who grew up pre the big boom of social media, like especially pre 2016, the landscape of everything has changed, and I don't think a lot of younger people are informed the way they should be. And again, that could go into some whole different where basically, just I don't know. We've lived in this time where it's just like technology affects so much of everybody's life. We went from the 1800s to, the 1900s. Not a lot, but we got the light bulb going. Thomas Edison.
Shout out Gilded Age.
Gilded Age.
Watch Thomas Edison live.
Watch him in person, not the fake guy. Yeah, and then between 1900 and 1960, we have TV, we have cars, we have the industry boom has already happened. And then let's just jump into a little further here. We got everything from 2000 to 2010, which was internet, Facebook, socials kind of popping off, and then 2010 to now, it's like each jump is so big in such a small time that our history books, the way we teach, the way we learn to grow, is hard. It's so hard to, I guess, ingest when it's all happening. Like I don't know. I hope we can all figure out a way. I don't have an answer. You're watching a fucking podcast called Cheap Flights and Cornbread.
For Christ's sake, yeah.
Come on.
We don't even have a fucking guest.
We don't even have a fucking. We're lame as shit.
But just to circle back to one thing before I forget, your transition from Johnny Depp, Amber Heard to Ukraine. Years ago, God, dude, I graduated from fucking Plattsburgh State 4 years ago. I'm getting old, but we were in some class. It was something to do, like some higher level, like media or com theory, and we were talking about, like, there's this there's two approaches when you cover any news story, especially sensitive topics. Something can either be deontological or teleological. So it can either be based strictly on facts and information present, or it can be based on some level of sensitivity to those involved. So it's normally a reason that journalists with some sense of moral right and wrong will tread lightly with any story about someone who died or any sensitive thing like that. So we were talking about that, and we were talking about how there was a particular case study because China, which, I mean, don't get me wrong, the U.S. media system's fucked up, but at least we don't have state-controlled media. So at least there's that. But so in China, during the one-child policy, this a woman had been pregnant and was trying to deliver it to term, and like 8 months in, Chinese government found out, and immediately on the spot administered meds that would kill the baby. It's fucked up. It's super duper fucked up. But she complied with the demand that there's a fucking story written about it. So that was a messed up thing to talk about. And like it had talked about, you know, we as these naive college kids had to ingest how messed up like media situations are in other countries. And then someone took the opportunity while we're talking about that to stand up out of their chair and say, Flint, Michigan doesn't have clean water. It's like, bro, shut the fuck up. Wow. I don't know. That's immediately what I thought of when you made that, like, that quick cut. Like, not even a fade, just a fucking one button on the switcher.
It's just like, it really blew my mind how, like, one day that was the focus.
Yeah.
And then this other thing blows up headlines because it's more attractable. People will click on it. Numbers into money.
Yeah.
And after having experience working in the news, I will say, like, it has changed my aspect on everything. Like, it really does. Like, and I'm not gonna get political left or right here, but like, you get to see things, how things work, and how different companies and different organizations could potentially be lobbied by a certain Democratic or Republican or Independent party. It's disgusting, and that's why you cannot read headlines. Like, do not. Like, I really suggest you to actually click on the damn article and just like surf through it, read 2 more, and ingest your own opinion. Obviously, if you lean one way or another, they're going to try to sway you whatever website it is. And that's why with Mirth Films, I have zero interest in ever forcing somebody to think a certain way. I'll tell you how these bands are doing. We'll write articles about certain things. We write them in a very non-subjective way where it's the way it should be,
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to hear about your opinion. Yeah, maybe I want to hear about your opinion when it comes to something related to a review of some sorts, or at least, like, I was looking at some of these, like, headlines here, some of them, like, the trouble with Johnny Depp, and there was another one, opinion dash blank. Dude, I appreciate that opinion piece. Like, put opinion on it so I know what I'm fucking reading before I even click on your stupid article.
Yes and no, for me at least, only because I feel as if the rise of, like, these op-ed pieces has overall caused more harm than good.
Yeah.
Like, New York Times, dude. Pretty much since, like, 2015, a lot of the most, like, I don't want to say clickbaity, but the most attention-grabbing pieces are op-eds. And I think that's just such a misuse of a platform, especially when the New York Times' masthead is all the news that's fit to print. But
I agree with you.
But you find, and you have no problem keeping that moniker, but you will throw in these op-ed pieces from people who may not have credibility. And although, yeah, you're saying it's an opinion, you're using a massive platform to broadcast that opinion.
A big reach. And I will agree with you, like, yes, there should honestly, if you are a strict, by the book news source, just report. There's a lot of great people who do that, which is awesome. But I guess if you are going to do it, if that is the way you go about your business, let us know. So we don't have to look into some other bullshit about something that's an opinion that isn't true, and then, you go down some rabbit hole that doesn't exist on Google. I've done it a million times. Like, yeah, I don't know. It's just, especially, we're coming up a couple years for another election. We gotta just do our part and be educated on how we make our decisions, whatever you believe. I don't know. I don't know how this episode got so like serious. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like we're just
This
shitting
is
on
actually
things.
this is actually what happens when we don't have guests.
Yeah, we talk
These are
about
the-
things.
yeah,
We've
the
talked
only
about
things-
wrestling. We've talked about the media, Johnny Depp, HoJo's. Fuck, what else can we
Dude,
talk
this
about?
is all just so much.
I will say,
all over
you
the
know what I'm going
place.
to talk about? It is really true. If you just add bacon to something, everything becomes better.
I mean, yeah, we were talking about it during our sound check, and I think I might have taught Frankie something in that. If you add bacon to a salad, but the only vegetables in the salad are lettuce and tomato, it's not a salad.
Yeah, so I basically had like a Chipotle bowl, pretty much, with 50-50 mix. So, yeah, and why I bring up this is because after a festival, and all you're eating is festival food and hot dogs and all that baloney, you know, it's you just want something fresh from home, you know. I didn't have the luxury of going to my grandmother's or having the energy to really cook. So I was like, you know what? I was like, to Mickey, I was like, let's have some refreshing, you know. I like made some chicken, fried that shit up. Got a whole pack of bacon, fried it up, and crumbled it to bits. Just like, it was amazing. And then just literally dumped that on top of the chicken, the salad, all that. And that's why you should add everything to bacon. Fresh bacon on a salad, not the bacon bits, amazing. Usually I'm a purist. I'm just like my black coffee. I only want salad with just greens in it. Don't give me any of that weird shit. No croutons, nothing.
No.
And don't give me anything for the reason why I should, shouldn't be shitty food. Like, I'm going to have a nice salad that's just all green vegetables.
No dressing?
If I'm using dressing, it's oil and vinegar. Or it's, I don't know, like just some Ken's Italian. I don't know. But if I'm not trying to be healthy, it's the Ken's Russian. Which, for all of you Reuben people out there, Ken's Russian dressing. If you're making Ken's at home, if you're making Reubens at home, excuse me, you got to get Ken's Russian dressing. It's the best Russian dressing there is. Honestly, if they could be a sponsor for this fucking podcast.
As long as we're promoting Ken's, if you are eating chicken wings anywhere, regardless of where you get them from, and you're not using Ken's buffalo-style blue cheese dressing,
Really?
your mother's a whore.
You know, I got to believe you there. Because Ken's makes some pretty good damn stuff.
The problem is they make two blue cheese dressings.
Do
They have Ken's buffalo-style blue cheese, which is great for wings. Then they have Ken's steakhouse blue cheese, which is more of like, you could throw it...
It's like a gorgonzola-ish.
You could put it on a salad.
Okay.
If a gun was pointed to my head and someone said, here's two pictures, one of them is gorgonzola, I would probably die. Pick the right one.
I don't mind it on steak, but I will say,
It's just
Ken's
called
also has the
steakhouse
same.
dressing. Like,
Ken's also has the same issue with regular ranch. So they have buttermilk ranch, and then they have ranch. Ranch is a little more tangier. Buttermilk ranch is more like
creamy,
your what's the famous one?
Hidden Valley.
Hidden Valley. I was gonna say Buttermilk Farms.
Buttermilk Falls Ranch.
That's a fucking good name, right? So, yeah. I used to hate eating, after working at Pizza Jerks for 5 years, the pizza kind of tastes the same. So I used to put ranch on my pizza. It's not a weird thing in America. But I would. And, but like, there's a difference. Like, it's disgusting to eat the regular ranch. You got to get the buttermilk ranch. But.
Good to know.
But to kind of bring things to a halt here, we're going to head to our back half of the podcast, or back to third. I don't know where we're at here. We're already an hour into this thing. I do want to plug Courtyard Sessions. Courtyard Sessions, we just had Reese Fulmer, singer-songwriter, on the podcast. On Courtyard Sessions. And it was a phenomenal performance, very Johnny Cash-esque. Please, I encourage you, go check it out. Mirth Films. YouTube channel, youtube.com/Mirth Films. You can go check it out right there. Also, I want to plug the Listen Up Awards. Listen Up Awards takes place June 17th. It's a People's Choice Music Awards that happens right at Lark Hall, June 17th, 7 p.m. Forget the suit. Wear your favorite band clothing and go support local music. We're going to have live musical performances happening as well. It's going to be a very special time, and we are going to be doing this for many years to come. Shout out to Radio X for being just a great partner throughout this whole thing. And also shout out to Capital District Digital for being our main sponsor for the event. With your help, it really makes a huge difference. But yeah, this was People's Choice. We just shot a promo for this. Go and check the promo out. Alien went and visited his mothership at AKA the Egg in Albany, New York. And yeah, you got to see it. It's a stupid little skit that I made with my man Rob Schmiddix, and not Schmiddix, it's Schmiddix. Yesterday, we like shot and edited in like 4 hours.
Wow.
Yeah. So like that's what I'm saying. Like, dude, I literally like had that 80K, Memorial Meltdown recap, 2,000 photos, 2 other videos, all the articles from Mirth Films. Like, it was like, that was from like Monday to like right now. And I beat Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2.
Did you? For
Last
the first
night.
time ever, or did run it through it again?
I beat it
as an
plenty of
adult?
times. I haven't beat it on the Series X. I'm trying to get the gamer points, so I'll talk more about that.
So wait, am I still going to be emceeing the Listen Up Awards? Is that still a conversation piece?
You absolutely can MC the Listen Up
Dude,
Awards.
I will talk shit to everybody.
Please do.
I am going to.
Joe Mansman will be there. I'm sure he'll appreciate that.
I will make things up for everybody. I don't care who they are, with limited exceptions, but
Yeah.
I have no problem. You've seen me. You've seen how I talk to people. It's not good. It's not healthy, but it is fun.
It is fun, and I like it, and I think a lot of people like it, especially the people at the Mandate These Nuts movement. So we're gonna get into the back. We're gonna get into what we've been watching and listening.
Wait, can we go down one short rabbit hole?
Yeah, let's do it.
Oh, okay. 2-part question. First question. You ever dated a woman taller than you?
Never.
Never? Me neither.
I'm sure Rob Schneider has.
Rob Schneider probably has. That'd be a safe bet.
Yeah.
You ever think about how many short celebrities there are out there? Obviously there's like the Kevin Harts, the Rob Schneiders of the world. But Ben Stiller, dude. Ben Stiller's like 5'4".
I think you
like
were
that.
telling me about this. So actually, this could be a fuck. We've been on my camera shot this whole time. I want to apologize to you guys. But yeah, so we never talked about this on the podcast. You did some work on an HBO show before, or was Showtime?
Showtime.
Okay. You got to work with Ben
was-
Stiller while going to school in Plattsburgh.
Yeah, it was a
Tell
fun
us,
time.
tell the.
I got to direct traffic for people pulling in during the Escape from Dannemora shoot, Escape from Dannemora, an original series written by Ben Stiller based on the real-life events of David Sweat and Richard Matt, who
Escaped.
with the help of a CEO who was in on everything, escaped Dannemora prison. And it turned into a mini-series. Friends of mine who are background actors and part of it. I hope they're all part of the Screen Actors Guild by now. I wish them nothing but the best. But yeah, it was a cool experience. Even though I got paid $14 an hour to direct traffic, wear one of those fucking, not even the full vest, but the vest you throw over your clothes like you're a Walmart employee, but even smaller. It was like this big on me. And because they were just, budget.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, when you got people like Benicio del Toro on your payroll, like you gotta accommodate. So I had one of those like bright orange reflective vests, and I just told people where to park for 2 days. It was a great 2 days. I learned a lot. I had a lot of fun. It wasn't my favorite shoot I ever got hired
Did
for.
you meet Ben Stiller?
Briefly, in passing, he waved to me.
Were you like looking down? Like, hey,
yeah.
Ben, what's up?
I thought I heard the sound. I thought I heard something from like knee level. I was looking around, like in the old movies, looking around. And believe it or not, it was actually Ben Stiller, Barbra Streisand, the guy from who's the
Barbra Streisand was in it?
no.
Oh.
No, I was gonna list the ensemble cast for Meet the Fockers, but I couldn't remember.
Well, I was gonna say
Robert De Niro. Who was Ben Stiller's father in Meet the Fockers? What was
Robert De Niro.
No, that was the wife's father. He was in Rain Man.
Yeah, he was the main guy from Rain Man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look this up.
Can we get a check on that?
Oh, got it. The name's on the tip of my tongue.
But while Frankie's looking that up, the other shoot, to those of you who don't know my entire life story yet, for 2 days I was a production assistant for The Daily Show. Dustin Hoffman. Okay, good. We'll save that story for another time. So, yeah. So you've never dated a woman shorter than you?
Never. Oh, never dated a woman shorter than me.
Yeah. I know taller than you.
Yeah,
taller
yeah.
than you.
I was gonna say I'm.
I was gonna say almost everyone ever. Yeah.
yeah.
All right. When's the last time you spoke to your first ever girlfriend?
The last time I ever spoke to my first ever girlfriend, maybe like 4 or 5 years ago. Only because, and it wasn't like one of those type of things. It was it was like, we dated in 5th grade. You know, one of those stupid things, and you know, it was like friendly thing, like, hey, how you doing? You know, because we all, you know, I graduated with the girl, so yeah. I mean, yeah. So like, I don't even know if that counts as a first girlfriend. But she did buy me a G-Unit CD for Valentine's Day when I was in 2004, when I was like 10 years old.
Wow.
I'm done.
Dude.
I'm done.
We're almost done. For me. My first girlfriend she's actually still one of my good friends, Bree Ballou. Her and her sister both had their kid on the same day, a little over a year ago. And I was supposed to go to their place for a birthday party because, you know, so Bree made a very cute baby. Thea is her name. She's fucking adorable. She actually has a Classless Bastards onesie that she probably grew out of pretty quick.
No way.
And then her sister had a son the same day. Finley. Awesome fucking name. I don't know if it's really Finley or if it's Finn. That actually offhand I don't remember, but no, I wanted to go, and I mean I told them I was gonna go. They went through the effort of mailing me a fucking invitation, and then I went through the effort of RSVPing, and then I woke up 10 minutes before I had to be in like Granville, and I'm like, I'm not gonna make it. No, 10 minutes before the party ended.
Did you go?
No, I woke up 10 minutes before the party ended. So no, I actually I've just been trying to think of a way I can make it up because I feel terrible, but
just tip them good.
I was just gonna give them each, you know, fucking
$20.
$20. What the fuck do you think I am? Just money, man. This is money, dude. We'll fucking make more tomorrow.
All right, that is a quote that needs to be on a T-shirt.
Yeah, really. So did I tell you where that came from?
No. Did it come from you?
No, actually.
Shit,
so,
can't use it.
So you guys have probably heard me reference my native friend Kyle. We went up to the Akwesasne Reservation for a weekend and gambled a shit ton, and he showed me the lay of the land. And after I had lost a lot of money at the casino, I didn't care, because the rule of thumb with casinos, at least with the sensible person,
you're gonna lose. Is
go in and spend as much money as you are comfortable losing, and I did. And then, so we lost. Kyle was up. I think Kyle was up like a little over 100 on the night. So hey, all balanced out kind of. But as we're leaving, there's these like two old ladies kind of like sulking in the corner to like that front walkway. and one of them is like rubbing her friend's back, like, no, it's just money. You'll make more tomorrow. And now whenever anything happens to do with money, like it could be something ridiculous.
She was sobbing.
Yeah, it was ugly. Like not like that, not like lone tear.
Like full.
Like I just witnessed a brutal incident.
Like somebody died.
Like someone died in front of them, but it was probably just her checking account. And
Jesus Christ.
like, dude, it ugly crying. Like I personally can work well with, you know, if you're crying a little, you're a little upset. As soon as you start ugly crying to the point where you're sulking and crying so loud that when you're done,
you could taste the salt from the tears.
Yeah, at best, and at worst, you need like a fucking whole pack of cough drops. But yeah, I can't.
She couldn't afford them though.
She couldn't because she lost all her fucking money. So now it's kind of. I mean, I say it a lot. I say it probably at least 3 times a day, but it's kind of Kyle and mine's thing. Maybe what we'll do is we'll get him on the podcast, and we'll just spend a whole block of podcast talking about native life.
I think dedicate a whole podcast to.
Yeah. I think that's what we should do. We'll get him in. He's a pool shark, although Monday night, which normally is reserved for trivia at Sully's East, but Dave and I, we went to a new place, 40 Oak, who, I mean, you know, I love 40 Oak.
40 Oak.
Shouts out Jim Campione. You run a great business.
Jimbo.
Also, I'm going to plug this now. 40 Oak is hosting a charity event for Operation Santa Claus, and you can get autographed pictures plus meet and greet with New York Jets retiree Wayne Corbett.
No way. Wayne Corbett.
Yeah.
That's a big name right there.
Dude, right? Did you know who he was before?
Of course, New York Jets. Yeah.
J-E-T.
No, I'm serious. No, like in like early 2000s.
Yeah.
Huge part of the team.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and he's just, and from what I mean, obviously I haven't met him, but he's he apparently is a really nice guy, and yeah, so hopefully they raise some good money with that. Because it's all going to Operation Santa Claus, which a charity that our good friend Mike Dubray, God rest his soul, was a big part of, and a lot of business owners, very big in Operation Santa Claus, because, you know,
they're legit.
Yeah, exactly, and even if it is just money, we'll make more tomorrow. Like, you can't say that on fucking Christmas.
No.
It's a little different.
No cough drops, fine on Christmas.
No. You each got a pack of Halls, and I bought myself a pack of cigarettes.
40 Oak, what date?
It's actually June 17th.
June 17th.
Yeah.
If you
are... Yeah.
Yeah. No. If you are actually... If you're in the Glens Falls area... or fuck it, if you're from wherever you're from, go support Operation Santa Claus.
Yeah, if you don't give a shit about music, give a shit about the kids.
Yeah, make a child's fucking day, and go actually see how fucking nice Wayne Corbett is.
Yeah,
just for that.
Hey, from what I've been told,
Just
he's a genuine dude, and I'm a Steelers fan.
Yeah,
and you're a Steelers fan.
Go Pittsburgh, Sixburg.
Yeah, Did you see like the overall odds and probabilities that Pittsburgh has a 9% chance of winning the division?
It's better than 8.
It's better than 8.
So we're gonna get into the last shebang here.
Let's go home.
Watching, listening, playing. What have you been consuming?
Well, I've been watching a lot of. Well, Taylor and I actually watched a little bit, about 3 hours of the Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial, and we were like, we're gonna watch this whole thing through and through. This was originally a trial that was slated to go 6 to 8 weeks.
There's multiple episodes too.
Dude, yeah, but we no, I don't need another drink. Thank you, Frank.
Okay.
But we finished The Girl from Plainville, which that is a fucked up series. Watch it. It does create a lot of debate on, you know, the not quite cyberbullying, but it's based off of the true story of this this like 17-year-old kid. He had met someone on vacation. They exchanged numbers, and he would confide in her like his insecurities, and at one point I talked about how he was suicidal, and she encouraged him to do it. It's super duper.
Isn't this a real story?
Based on a true story.
I know exactly. I was actually working for the news when this happened.
Yeah. I could only imagine what that must have been
Fucked
like.
up.
Going back to the same rabbit hole.
Well, and I worked at a fucking 24 hours news station.
Well, dude, every news station's a 24-hour
But
news
that,
station.
though, honestly, I mean, compared to a Johnny Depp case, it's just some fucking millionaires, like, going through a domestic, issue that is, yeah, it's fucked up, but, like, I don't think it's nearly as fucked up as, like, somebody, like, convincing somebody to kill themselves. That is, like, yeah, there needs to be new laws written about that. Like, that is real. Like,
which, I mean, as a result, some states did adopt laws.
Good.
So, yeah, so we finished that because true crime is just I wasn't into it.
It's for couples, man. I don't know.
Dude, it really is.
We watch so much fucking true crime. I cannot tell you. Like, it's either, like, I don't even know. Yeah, but that's all we watch together. It's true crime.
Yeah,
it just brings people together.
for some reason.
You say Virginia's for lovers. Fucking true crime's for lovers.
True crime is for lovers.
It's for lovers.
Yeah. So been listening to A Tribe Called Quest, as I always do. I found out about 10 minutes before we went live I share a birthday with Q-Tip, so that was pretty dope.
Speaking of hip hop, do you like Talib Kweli? Talib Kweli?
I know the name, and I haven't done my due diligence on it. I've seen, because him and Q-Tip either have a show together or they have a project together. I have no clue, because I'm a bad fan.
I was just going to say, he's playing a free show, Alive at 5. It's a Thursday in August. Free at 5 o'clock. Go check him out.
Good to know. Playing, I don't think I played anything this week.
It's all right.
Dude.
Busy guy.
Yeah.
Staying steady at work.
Yeah, something like that. Saying not busy, just steady. What about you, man?
So for my picks of what I've been consuming media-wise this week consist of pretty much I've been consuming watching-wise not really much. I've been watching some Triple Jump, which they make worst games ever of each year. They have like a whole series on it, and I'm a nerd about video games, so that's been cool. But listening. I've been listening to a lot of different stuff. Podcasts, music. We're going to kick it off with podcasts. We were talking about this pre-podcast. Russell Brand. I love Russell Brand. He makes people sound and look stupid on camera. I like that he has an approach that is entertainment-based but is very informational and makes you think about things in a certain way. Big transition for that guy. Love him as an actor, but even love him more as a public figure. I've also been listening to a lot of Jeff Beck. Jeff Beck, man, original jam, like Grateful Dead original jam band. But like, if you want to listen to some Jeff fucking Beck, let me tell you something. Jeff Beck, one of the greatest guitarists of all time. He's like always top 10 on any Rolling Stone list. But he is legitimate. I listened to him. I was like, wow, it's like being in Memorial Meltdown. Like he is like rock and roll blues, but has the funk. It's incredible. I've also been addicted. I've been addicted to Glass Pony's new album, Nowhere Daydream. I really think you would like it, man. Like, it is so non-jam. It is rock and roll to a fucking T. And front to back, it is an album that I love. There's not a lot of albums I can say that for, but it is, I mean it. I really love that album, and I hope nothing but the best for those guys. I've also kind of let Spotify take my reins here, and so I was like listening to some of the playlists. I never listen to playlists. I don't listen to my like songs. It's so fucking lame. But Bad Company Bad Company actually has some good off main track songs. Like, they're fucking awesome. There was a lot of bands that I definitely didn't like in the past because I was like, I hear this on the fucking radio station all the time. I'm so sick of this song. This is like, and then it's like you listen to the rest of the album, like, wow. It's crazy how these other songs haven't been exposed like these other ones. The deep cuts. We all know the pain. Hawk versus Wolf. Fucking Hawk versus Wolf. Awesome podcast. Jason Ellis, Tony Hawk. They just had that, I don't want to be that guy, but that Asian guy from Mad TV.
Bobby Lee?
Bobby Lee was on it. Bobby Lee skateboards, by the way.
That surprises me.
And he loves playing video games, which I thought was cool.
Me.
Yeah, I definitely highly suggest listening to Hawk vs. Wolf, even if you're not a skateboarder. It is a great podcast because there are celebrities on there. Tony Hawk is fucking famous. He is the reason why skateboarding is what it is today. And to go into, also listen to some Primus.
Yeah, we jammed out a little before we went live.
Yes, we did. I was very uneducated. I felt like when I went to the concert a couple of weeks ago, and I got to see him live and didn't know shit. And then now I went back and listened to some of their music. I was like, wow, this is great. And I wish I did that before. Jethro Tull, also, you're awesome. I've been getting blessed by your music on Spotify because of the playlist. But video games, currently hunting myself through the Call of Duty franchise. I have already beaten 11 games in the past month. It's been like 1 to 2 beating 1 to 2 Call of Duties a week. Throughout all my craziness, I probably put in I've probably spent every waking second of my last 2 days either making food, editing, or playing Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. And I've produced, I will say, like I said, 4 videos, 10 articles. I don't want to give you my fucking numbers here. But, yeah. And I don't feel crazy right now.
Well, shit. So, wait a minute. Is there still online for Modern Warfare 2?
You can play every single Call of Duty game online. Yeah. I personally don't play online. I just play, although if I were to, the 3 Call of Duty games that I would play online are Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, Call of Duty World at War, and Call of Duty Black Ops 1.
Yes.
That's it. That's my cutoff.
I would have to say that if you were to find, you would be very hard pressed to find a group of 3 consecutive Call of Duties that hit as hard as that. And in completely different, it's 3 completely different worlds, dude. Because you're going from, into the thick of World War II to, Modern Warfare 2.
Yep.
And then straight into the Cold War shit. And it's 3 different types of battlefield, different types of weaponry, completely different everything.
3 different developers even. And maybe not. 2. Yeah, 2. Because
Treyarch made World at War and Black Ops, and Infinity Ward made Modern Warfare 2.
That's right. And speaking of World War II, another great Call of Duty game I highly want to suggest is Call of Duty World War II.
This is turning into a goddamn infomercial.
Call of Duty World War II. You would fucking love it. It is so good. The campaign's so good. It is the best played campaign I've played since going through all the series right now. There's a lot of Xbox One versions of Call of Duties I haven't played. One of them I still need to play is Infinite Warfare, one of the most downvoted YouTube videos in all of history because people thought they were doing the same old bullshit. Call of Duty did have some issues with that, which now, shout out to Xbox, rock and roll. You own Call of Duty and you're going to make it better. Yes, my infomercial with Call of Duty is done. I still have 5 or 6 games to play, and I can't wait to burn all my time doing it. And then lastly, I just want to shout out again, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1-2 Remastered. So much fun. The replay factor is up here. You can't even see it in the camera angle. Highly suggest that. And that's my suggestions for the week. As all of you guys know, you can watch and listen to the Cheap Flights and Cornbread podcast on iTunes, Spotify, Twitch, and YouTube. You can listen to the podcast the day following each one of our episodes. please go and subscribe to our YouTube channel. That is what helps us the most. We want to keep creating original video content for you guys, and the best way for us to do that is by you subscribing and letting us know what you guys want us to make, because this is for you, not just for us, even though we love doing this. Again, Brett, as always, thank you so much for coming on the podcast today, man. I hope you have a splendid time not being steady tonight at Peter's Pub. And, you know...
Dude, it's raining out. It's fucking raining. It's gonna
smoke
be
them
terrible.
if you got them. That's all I gotta say.
Dude, is that not such a great fucking phrase?
It is. It's the most G phase.
Yeah.
It is. I can't even hold a pen right now.
Special
Goodbye.
thank you to Sean Beers, first person ever to tell me that. Smoke them if you got them.
Shout out, Sean.
If you learned nothing from any of this, Johnny Depp won, HoJo lost, smoke them if you got them.
Smoke them if you got them. Goodbye, guys. Smoke them if you got them.